guys, and welcome to another video. So we'll talk about blonde ray quickly. So they can be caught on long line like this, or in a net, as you'll see in a minute, rod and line, or by trawling. So they can be caught on all methods of fishing, really.
So these are all blonde ray.
So apart from the common skate, which we don't have in our waters, they live up near Scotland and off the coast of Norway. Blonde ray are the largest ray species we have in our area. They like living in shallow coastal waters of less than 150 metres water in depth, and they favour sandy grounds. The most interesting fact about their breeding: they lay eggs in capsules, very well protected from the outside environment. An adult female blonde ray of more than 4 years of age can lay up to 30 or 40 of these eggs in a season, in a year, which is quite incredible. And the embryo
18
can take 7 months to hatch. So 30 eggs can be up to 7 months until they hatch. But they're very well protected from the outside, and their survival rate is quite high. It is thought the blonde ray can maximum age is between 15 and 20 years, although it's not very highly studied. I'm now going to show you how to prepare one of these for cooking, and then do a simple recipe with one. Hope you enjoy. This is a blonde ray here. What I've done is I mounted a hook on my shed. It's an old gaff hook. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go under the skin there. And I'm going to pop this thing on the hook. Just means you can get a bit of purchase on your wings. That skin is tough. Especially on the bigger ones. There aren't actually any bones in a skate. It's all just bits of cartilage. That there isn't bone, it's just cartilage, so it's slightly softer than bone. You can see the slime coming off this thing. Some people advise that you leave them in the fridge for a few days. In addition to these wings, there's also the cheeks, which look like this. I'll show you how to take them out of a larger fish. Just trimming the excess off. So what you end up with is these fingers of these strands of meat here, and then bits of cartilage running down. But I find if you cook in the oven, it cooks especially a thick piece like this. It cooks the meat all the way through, especially at the base of the wing. So on the tips, but let's go and let's go and give it a go. Okay, we're now in the kitchen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pat this dry. Some of this, well, I like a bit of spice, and I think skate wings get a hard rap because the flavour of the meat can be a little bit on the bland side, so I like to spice it up with some harissa. But if you're not a spice fan, you could use tomato pesto paste, same kind of thing. With the traditional way to cook these, to pour butter and put capers on them, but I was just something a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this harissa paste like this. Quite strong, this stuff, so I'm just going to brush it onto the meat. You don't need a huge amount of stuff, just a light coating. I might only do one side this time, see how it goes. So there we go, brush it on. Yep, looking good. Adds a bit of colour to it as well. As I say, you can use tomato pesto if you don't have a liking for the spicier offerings. So I'm going to let that marinade in a bag for well, for as long as you like, really, for a few hours. Okay, you can leave that to marinate for as long as you want. A little bit of light olive oil in this dish, and then pop your skate wing in there. There you go. I'm not going to be cooking any potatoes today. I'm just going to do, this is a aubergine. If you're an American watching this, it's called an eggplant. You call it an eggplant. I'm just going to slice this like that, and I'm going to pop it in there with my fish. And then I'm going to also put in, this is a mushroom with a garlic and cheese crust, shop bought, I'm afraid. And then I'm going to put a bit more oil on this aubergine, a little bit of oil, and then I'm going to put a little bit of seasoning over the whole lot. There you go, a bit of salt and pepper, and then this is going to go into the oven for 20 minutes at 180 degrees C. Again, if you're American, If you're American, I'm not sure that is in Fahrenheit, I'm afraid, but 180 Celsius. What I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to steam a bit of, this is pak choi, which is posh, lettuce, cabbage, lettuce, and some asparagus. Just the sweet old tips there. They're just going for five minutes there. There we go, it's looking alright. Big piece of skate that's enough to feed two, so what I'll do is I'm gonna so you can see the flesh just coming away here. This is what I was talking about earlier. when skinning the skate wings, I was talking about these piece of cartilage here, look. So they're like bone but thin strips here, so I'm going to peel the flesh away from these. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down into a smaller manageable piece like this. Ooh. And then I'm going to add my aubergine. Nice soft aubergine, mushroom, and then my veg. Here we go, here's my veg. Strain my veg. There you have it. I had this Riesling in the freezer for 20 minutes. So let's try it. You can just slide the flesh, and this cartilage runs in the middle, so all of this is just flesh. How would I describe it? It's pretty meaty. Quite firm. Not sure if it compares to any other fish, but I certainly like it. There's a lot of meat to it. And then, yeah, anything that it doesn't possess in flavour, this spice mix just gives it a real bite to it. You can see if you oven cook it, it just slides off there just so easily. You can grill it, but you'll find that the top gets burnt, especially if it's a thick piece like this. The lower part might be a bit raw, and it won't slide off the frame. I don't need much sauce to this because I've got this lovely garlicky mushroom. And I've got my asparagus. And I've got this aubergine which has soaked up the olive oil. So you see here, turn it over, and that's what you're left with. There's a lot of meat on these things. So if you like what I'm doing, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of these videos, mainly fishing, but some of these as well, hit the subscribe button. And if you want any merch, the link will be in the description and on my About tab on my page. So, any merch, t-shirts, caps, feel free, go ahead. See you on the next one.